Right, so I found this big chunk of wood, bit of spalted beech. See if we can make a nice big chunky bowl out of this. I've just screwed this on there so I can get this straight on the lathe and see what we can do. Right, okay, so I'm in the process of making this rather large bowl, as you can see. What I've done is I've cut a little groove in here. It's only a small one, but I'm just looking for a little bit of a some kind of pattern. And what I'm going to use this Milliput resin. Basically, it's like putty resin. So I've seen it being used before by one guy, and you know, did an absolutely amazing job on some of his stuff. So so I thought I'd give this a go, really, because I kind of like the idea of it, and I thought, you know, it would look quite nice in there. So I'm going to mix these up now. So I'm going to chop these, chop a little piece off of here. I'm going to mix these up, because basically this is how they come. Little packets of putty resin. Not all of it, I only need a little piece, because I'm only going to fill in this little rim here. And then we'll let it set overnight, and then we'll come and put it back on the lathe and turn it. So quite exciting, really. So I'm looking to see how this is going to come out. So I'll come back to you when I've mixed it all up. So at the moment, this is all I've cut out. It's probably not enough, to be fair, but I'm just going to mix it up and see how it goes, really. And apparently, got to mix it, keep mixing it for at least sort of like five minutes or so it all becomes kind of one, really, and it's all one colour. So we're just going to keep sort of mixing it up like this until we get one colour, and let's see where we go from there. So there we have the putty put into the gaps now. What I've decided to do as well is I've decided to fill the cracks that I had in the bowl with the putty resin as well. Just thought it might be quite interesting, really. Looks very messy at the moment, as you can see, but we'll see how the finish is. I'm quite excited to see how this is going to turn out. Right, okay, so this is all dry now, and I'm just going to see what I can do and see what this Milliput putty resin does. I've seen some work, as I said before, and it's turned out really well, so hopefully I can have the same results, but let's see what we can do. I think we can all see that taking shape. And as you can see there, it looks quite nice, so the finish is going to be quite good. A lot more to do there, but I think that's going to work out quite well. Right, okay, so this is looking quite nice, and that's kind of the vision that I had would happen with this Milliput putty resin. So that's worked out quite well. What hasn't worked out is the resin, the putty that I put inside the cracks. That's nothing to do with the putty. That was obviously user error, and I obviously didn't put it in deep enough and far enough, and it was just, there was bits coming out, so I just basically hooked it all out of there. And I think that would just create another feature really within the bowl. I think that would look quite nice. Hopefully it will stay put. I have put some super glue inside the cracks to sort of help it, and hopefully it won't crack anymore and it won't cause any problems. Obviously we haven't hollowed it out yet, so I've no idea how that's going to affect it when we do hollow it out. So we'll have a look, and hopefully it will stay together and it will just become part of the feature of the bowl. So but it's looking quite nice actually. I quite like that. It's a little bit different, and this Milliput putty is fantastic stuff. So I'm going to start using a bit more of that and see what else we can create. So let's carry on, do a bit more sanding down. I'll put some sanding sealer on this in a minute. Okay, so I've been sanding this down for a little while. I've basically used a few grits on this, quite a coarse one initially, just to sort of get it down and get rid of all the sort of blemishes that are in it really. I think that was it was a 180 grit that I started with. And then slowly got down, changing the paper down, sort of 240, 400. I've left it at 400 on this one. I've just applied a couple of sanding sealers. I've just done a coat of wood wax. I'm just going to buff that off now and see how that comes up. And then what we'll probably do is maybe go for a 1200 grit, and then just do another coat of wood wax, and then probably the outside of the bowl will probably then be finished. So just going to take this off now with a clean cloth, and you'll see now that after this wood wax is on there, the shines start to come, and this is what I love about doing these jobs. Really is quite satisfying watching the work get that shine on it, because it's I love having a good shine on all my stuff. Some people might not like the shine, they might like it a dull finish or anything like that, but I don't know, I just I really do like the finishes and the shine on the wood, especially when you've got some really good grain. So there we go. See, look how that just looks like glass, which looks absolutely amazing. I think these cracks in it do it some justice, really. It looks quite good. I'm quite lucky so far where the resin that I put in here, the putty resin, the Millet's putty resin, hasn't cracked along the crack on here. That might happen, to be fair, because obviously if it cracks any more, it may well crack. But let's hope it doesn't. And at the moment, it doesn't look too bad. I've got a bit of paper towel inside the cracks, which I need to get out. But that looks quite nice. I mean, that's not finished just yet, but I mean, you can kind of see how that's going to look. That's lovely. Right, what I'll do is I'll sand it down now with 1200, put another coat of wool wax on it, I'll flip it over, and we'll start hollowing it out. So I'll come back to you when I've done all that. Right, so we flip this over now. Now I need to hollow out the inside. So, what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to mark kind of where I want the edge to come to. So, I'm going to say probably around about there. So it just gives it a good thick edge. I'm just going to clean up that edge as well. Right, so just put the first coat of wood wax on this. I'm just going to take it off. Let's see if it shines up. There we go. We can almost see now what the finish is going to be like. So we'll do one last sand on this, and then maybe with 1200 or something, and then one more wood wax, and then we'll finish up. And that's it. Right, hello. So I finished the bowl up now. So I've just come back from work, so I just thought I'd finish off with the final video for you to all see the product. I mentioned millets, I think, earlier on my video. It's not millets, it's Milliput, and this is the terracotta version that I used on this project. Great, absolutely great product. I will put a link below so that you can to the website. You can buy this stuff anywhere though, eBay and quite a lot of places sell it. I never knew about it really, and found it on another video. So I just give it a shot, and it's absolutely amazing. I'm going to be doing some more of this stuff, definitely. So here's the result. As you can see, I think that looks quite nice. And again, I've only did a little line because I just kind of there's the finish at the bottom. I just really wanted to test to see how this was going to come out. It's quite a large bowl, but I didn't want to go too mad. But I think next time what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this a bit bigger, and then we'll put some designs, I think, in there using the Milliput's putty resin, and you can mix this stuff up as well. So so I can use a different colour, and I can kind of sort of integrate it with another colour and see what we can make really, which I think would be quite nice. So I hope you liked that. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. I enjoyed making this one. It's the biggest bowl I've actually made, to be fair. I've made a few bowls, but never this size, and never with this putty resin. So thanks to Milliput. Really good product. Definitely thumbs up on that. 10 out of 10. I mean, I've done some resin projects before, as you've probably seen, and this is far easier to use than normal mixing up resin. I mean, you know, anyone can mix this stuff up. You know, you don't really need to be any sort of resin expert. But this is awesome. This is really good. So, but obviously there's stuff you can do with this that you can't do with the other resin products, and stuff you can do with that you can't do with this. So really good. So I'll put a link down. Hope you enjoy watching, guys, and please like and subscribe, and any comments is always helpful. Many thanks.